Well, hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome in, especially all of my cruisers. We are embarking on episode number 9 here of the Controversy Cast. And I love waking up with you guys here on Saturday mornings, doing a 30-minute show, 30-minute podcast on the 3 or 4 most controversial topics in the cruise and travel world. So you got 3 hot topics coming at you today. And before we do any of that, I am going to start off the podcast with my brand new segment called Mugshots. So before we do that, let's play this here for Mugshots. So this week's Mugshots is going to be the coffee. I'll start off with the coffee. It is a small batch, small lot from Kenya. This actually comes from Trader Joe's. So this is the coffee that I'm drinking. And today's episode is sponsored by a very special content creator and very special friends to me. We have my brand new mug here by Carnival Cruise Addicts, Chris and Liz. They have a wonderful cruising channel, mostly about Carnival, but about cruising at a whole. They are absolute cruising addicts, just like myself. They are wonderful individuals. They have a Sunday live talk show where they talk all about cruising. I believe it is 2:00 my time, so that makes it 5:00 Eastern. So go on over and show them some support. Let them know that Scott from Controversial Cruising sent you, and let them know that you saw this beautiful mug here on Mugshots. On the Controversy Cast. So thank you guys, everybody that is drinking a little bit of coffee. Let's take a sip because, as Jimmy says, the best sip of the day. And it is. And I actually got to choose the color of this mug, so I know Carnival Cruise Addict says I should have got it on both sides, but I actually like the logo being here at the head of the mug, and it's only on one part of the mug. I got to choose the colors. I chose red because red is my favorite color, and we have white so you can see the logo. So thanks guys for this wonderful mug. And if you would like to get your mug or your YouTube channel or creator channel sponsored here on an episode of Mugshots, get in contact with me, controversialcruising@gmail.com, or on all social media platforms. Send me a message and we will make sure that you get on the episode. But today's whole episode is going to be sponsored by these guys right here, Carnival Cruise Addicts. So thank you guys. All right. Before the chat gets away from me, let's say hello to everybody who's come in for the Controversy Cast. Mike, hello, Cruise Nuts, welcome in. Carnival Cruise Addicts, they are here, and here is their mug. Thank you again, guys. Orange Cone Vlog, hello. Okay, going home today. That is very good, Ross. Good to hear. Uncle Dave is here. Hello, Uncle Dave. Welcome in. Jaden has come over from Miss Betty. Hello, Jaden. Welcome in, my friend. Morning, all. Hello, Maggie. Welcome in. Let's see. Absolutely. Thank you for the mug. Thank you so much for the mug. This is one of my favorites here. Building up the artillery of coffee mugs here as I'm collecting them. Maggie says, "Nice cup." Thank you very much. Nice mug. Yes, it is a nice mug. That's why I'm trying to do these. I'm trying to do this this little segment here, this little mug shots segment, to really, show off some of these really good YouTube content creators, whether they're cruising creators or whether they're not. This just gives you a little chance to get a little bit more exposure, get me a really good coffee cup, and sponsor a show here on the Controversy Cast. Cruise Life TV says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sherry from Destination Fun. Hello, welcome in. Happy Saturday. Maybe we'll get a pop-up from D Fun this weekend. I love teasing her about pop-ups. Denise from Bone Tired Travelers. Hello, Denise. Welcome in. And she says, Scott. This is the time where I get to calm down and relax. So I'll say Scott, but I won't say it how I normally say it during the rest of the week. So Eddie Lugo Studio says, yo, 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 welcome in, welcome in. And yes, a very happy Saturday. Cappy was yesterday. Cappy took his hat off after match game yesterday, Mr. Eddie. Okay. And the girls are us have made it in. Hello, girls are us. Welcome in, welcome in. And Warm Strong Adventures has also made it in. Hello, hello. So anybody that is just coming in, today's episode is going to be sponsored by Carnival Cruise Addicts, and this was the wonderful mug that I had put on MUGSHOTS, and this is their feature today. So this is the coffee cup that I am drinking out of the entire podcast. So let me put that down here and let's get to today's topics because we have three pretty controversial topics and I want to talk about them with you guys since I have my most intimate cruisers here that show up to this podcast because it's all about cruising. And that's the something on my see that? You see that? Because this is 30 minutes all about cruising. So I know that I'm going to catch a lot of experienced cruisers and a lot of first-time cruisers too as well. So this is going to start episode number 9 of the Controversy Cast. And we are going to kick it off with a cruise line that I haven't really embarked on too much. But this news story kind of caught my eye as I was scrolling and I was looking and researching for this show. So it's Princess Cruises launches what they call a best price guarantee. Now, I believe a lot of cruise companies are going to follow suit in doing this and following a best price guaranteed. Now, let me talk a little bit about this and let me tell you a little bit more details about it. Okay, they're going to call it the better than best price guarantee. So better than best price. The best price you can get, they're guaranteeing a better price. So what they are basically saying is if you book any cruises with them for an itinerary for the 2025 or 2026, and you do it in between July 1st and September 2nd of this year, okay, so you have to book this year, July 1st to September 2nd of 2024 for bookings in 2025 and 2026. Okay. They are saying if you find any price publicly, that's the key word, any price publicly that is cheaper than the price that you have paid and you are before your final payment. That is key right there. That's the fine print. You have to be before your final payment. Princess is going to pay you 125% of the difference of the price between what you have shown them publicly and what you actually paid. So Princess, now we know that this is Carnival's like luxury brand. So Princess, right, is coming out with this better than best price. I'm getting tongue-tied. Better than best price guaranteed, right? So I see a lot of companies, cruise companies, following this suit, right? Because we want more cruisers to come on. This is 2023, 2024 has been some of the biggest years in the cruising industry as far as capacity goes on these ships. I mean, double capacity, triple capacity. They are just jamming everybody in and selling these things. But it makes me think, right? What about the cruisers? And just for instance, like the Islander that Bill and I had just gone on. I know it's not Princess and I know it's nowhere close, right? But technically, it was after our final payment, right? But if you bring this to a cruise company and say, wow, well, you're offering this $200 cheaper. I see it $200 cheaper on this site. And the cruise company's not willing to do anything for you or just say, well, sorry, sir, that's what you paid, right? Okay, yes, that's fair. However, there are so many cruise companies now that are attaching on to a better price guarantee, right? Like Princess. Now, Princess again and Margaritaville at Sea Islander, they're not even in the same ballpark. But again, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way where it was like, no, we're not going to do anything. We won't even give you $25 credit. We're not even sorry that you're paying more. Nothing. They're just like, oh, well, you're paying more. For me, I'm like, wow, that is That's pretty bad customer service. But here you have Princess saying, no, go out, scour the internet, do whatever you want. If you book between July 1st and September 2nd, 2024 for itinerary in 2025, 2026, we will give you 120% back in the difference if you find it somewhere cheaper. I think that that's amazing. I think that's amazing. I think a lot of cruise companies are going to follow that suit. What do you guys think? Do you think they should follow that suit? Do you think that that would make you book with a cruise company? Let's just say now Carnival peeked their heads up and said, let's do this for all of our Carnival guests. Carnival had a better than best price guaranteed. I keep getting tripped up on that. Better than best price guaranteed. Imagine you booked Carnival knowing that you had a better than best price guarantee. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. That sounds pretty good to me. I'm one that's always looking at deals. I'm always looking around the internet, especially when it comes to flying. I'm always looking on Tuesdays in private browser at 3 o'clock. That's a tip for you guys. Always looking at that time for the best airfare, right? So I'm always looking at deals. This right here, if a cruise company started to follow this, I think that this would be a really good thing. Airlines are already doing that because I did that with Priceline. There was like a better than best price or better than flying price or whatever. And I paid $6. If it went down at all, I got my money back. It didn't happen this time, but I've done it before where I've flown to Wilmington to visit my parents and I've gotten like $40, $45 back before I flew because it was a better than best price guarantee. I love it. I love it. I think it's good. Let's see what you guys said and see if anybody else has come in here too as well. The church. The girls are us. Thank you for reminding us, Eddie Lugo. Thank you very much, Eddie. Appreciate that. Chet has come in. Hello, Chet. Good morning. Good morning. Crystal Sparkle has also come in. Hello, Crystal. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. Oh boy, got to check out the replay for sure. Cruise Life TV has come in. Hello, good morning, Cruise Life TV. Marjorie Ambrose has also come in. Good morning, good morning. Arthur Shore has also come in. A lot of you guys have come in. Thank you so much for coming in. Lawn Lifters and Pier Runners, aka Pier Runners, Lawn Lifters have come in. Good morning, good morning. All right, Cruise Life TV says, okay, so here's the thing. We book a lot of cruises that never have seen a better price than the price we booked at. Well, no, I haven't too much either. But again, something like this hasn't come up in the cruise and travel world. So I really haven't, I guess, been attuned to continuing to look so much after I booked. But, now if I were ever to book with Princess, I mean, that would be a thing that I would 100% be looking at. I mean, better than best price. I mean, I want to get 120% back. I almost make it like a game. I mean, I'm an Aries, so I'm competition for everything. But I mean, I'm like, hey, I'm going to get a better than best price. I'm going to do it. Warmstrong thinks it's set up. LOL. Good morning, sister. Good morning, Scott and Chat. They call me sister. That's what I meant to say. Michelle on the personal side. Good morning. Welcome in. Scott, I wish I could talk like you. You could be easily an auctioneer, and I like it. Thank you very much, Cruz. That's appreciate that. Nettie and JT, good morning. Good morning, Yawn. I know it is early. It's early for some of well, it's early for me actually. It's only 7:15 over here. Let's see. All right, let me get down to the bottom of the chat. So Maggie says, I'm getting casino deals through Carnival. Yeah, so I think this would be different. I mean, obviously, if you book through the casino deal, Maggie, and somewhere or another you got a better deal than a casino deal, and they offered the price matching, I mean, I think that would kind of fall into it. But again, so I'll just share this before we move on to the next topic. The Princess Chief Commercial Officer, he said this in quotations. Our new guarantee underscores the Princess commitment to offering unparalleled value and exceptional service. So anybody that has really sailed on Princess, I haven't really heard anything bad about Princess. In fact, I've heard Princess is probably one of the best cruise companies to take to Alaska, one of my favorite places to go. I might take Princess next year to Alaska. We shall see. But however, I mean, you have a better than price match guarantee. I guess they're just trying it out to see if this is really going to work, but they're backing it for all their 25 and 26 itineraries as long as you book between July 1st and September, what was it, September 2nd of this year. I don't know. Somebody try it out. Let me know. I'm not trying it out just yet because I am pretty booked with cruises up until the middle of 2025. So we're not going to try it out just yet. But any of my princess people who love princess, please chime in. Let me know. And if this finds a princess cruiser, let us know if you try that price match. Better than best price match guarantee, because I'm curious and I want to know. All right, let's move on to my second topic. And this is a port that I haven't been into well, I guess not quite some time, but in about a year. When I first went to this port, I actually fell in love with this port because of how small and how intimate it is. You actually rent a golf cart to go around. Well, you don't have to, but you can rent a golf cart to drive from one side of the pier or one side of the port to the other side of the port because it's that small. It really gives you that small Bahamas type feel. So you already might know I'm talking about Bimini. Okay, Bimini is a new port that has basically recently come onto the cruise itinerary as of 2021-ish. Okay, it was supposed to open around 2020, but we know what happened in 2020. So 2021. It is a smaller island in Bahamas that you will most likely visit if you're on a longer cruise that goes to Nassau or goes to Freeport, something like that. You might hit Bimini. Now, why I want to talk about Bimini so much, because when I went there back in March of 2023, yeah, March of 2023, it was not as built up as it is now. There were some things there, don't get me wrong, but they were also building a lot. They were building a sports bar. They were building this fisherman's village that I'm going to talk about. They were building shopping. They were building so much. It was basically not built up. It really wasn't built. There were a few shops, and that was pretty much it. Really it. So you would drive the golf cart, rent the golf cart. I think we rented it back then for about $60. It's gone up now because there were a lot more people coming to Bimini. So I rented it for about $60 and we drove it the entire day there, back and forth to a few of the bars. We did a few of the bar hops, the only bars that were there. And I really like that, just kind of popping a beer, opening it up and looking out at the water, listening to a little live music, or not live, but a little music on the speakers. For me, that's more than enough. I love a port like that. And I also love being able to rent the golf cart and just leaving if I want to leave. The keys are in my pocket. Let's go. Okay. But now, because so many more people are being transported to Bimini via cruise ship, they've gotten smart. And I knew this was coming. I saw it and I said, wow, they are going to build this port up and they are going to make it one of the most favorite ports in the Bahamas. Watch. It looks like a piece of nothing right now, but Bimini is going to be built up. And here it is. Okay. So just a year later, or under a year later, they added something called Fisherman's Village. Okay. Fisherman's Village has basically expanded later in 2023, and it has shops. It has actually 6 shops right now called Beach Essentials, Reef, Home Reef, Splash. I don't even know what Splash is, and the Elephant Gem. Okay, so it's kind of like this little shopping center within a little bit off the port. Okay, that now kind of makes you feel like you're in a port, because before, when I got off, you didn't feel like you were really in a port. It wasn't built up. So they have this all built up now, and there's more shopping. So I'm curious. I kind of want to go there. I want to look around. If anybody has been to Bimini recently, share some pictures, please, in my Facebook group, or share them with me. Email them to me, because I want to see what Bimini really looks like, especially this Fisherman's Village. Okay, so they put up Fisherman's Village. Now, what I really want to talk about is they've doubled down and now they've expanded even more. Okay. So June 21st, which was just last week, they opened something called the Open Air Market, which is very close to Fisherman's Village. I think it's actually alongside. Basically, it's a bigger open air market, much like a straw market that you would see in Cozumel or something like that. or Nassau, Bahamas also has a straw market. So much like you would see that, it's an open air market that you can go into and buy some things and, haggle for some things and, talk down some prices. It's that type of feel. Okay. So now they've expanded it even more from this Fisherman's Village. Now you have the open air market that literally just opened about a week ago. Okay. I've always wanted to go back to Bimini because I knew that Bimini was going to build itself up. I haven't had the opportunity to go to Bimini. I went to Bimini, I believe, on the Carnival Sunshine. Yes, it was the Carnival Sunshine. And I haven't been able to go back on the Carnival Sunshine. Not that that's the only carnival ship that goes to Bimini, but I haven't had the opportunity to be on an itinerary that has gone to Bimini. Bimini, though, I will say, even though it wasn't built up when I went, it still grabbed my heart. I love that small local type feel. And I know it still has that feel, but now they're adding more tourism type shops and things to actually do while you're in the port. So I want to know, have any of you been to Bimini before Fisherman's Village and before the open air market? Or have any of you been to Bimini after the open air market and after Fisherman's Village? Because I, I, I mean, to add to Bimini already, you're just doing some really good things. I love Bimini. I love Bimini. Will G, welcome in. Welcome in. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Long Lifter says, I'm trying to wake up, Eddie. I'm in Panama Beach City. We got up early East Coast time. Ooh, love the beach. Never been. I have seen it on NCL's. I haven't seen it on NCL's itinerary yet. I'm not sure NCL goes there just yet. Let's see. Thank you very much, Maggie. I appreciate that. Maggie says, I love the Sunshine. I think it's my favorite ship. It's definitely one of my favorite ships for sure. For sure. I know that they are now moving the Sunshine from Charleston, South Carolina to Norfolk, Virginia. So that's kind of stinks. Never been to Bimini, but hopefully one day. Yes. If I ever go back to Bimini, I know a lot of people are kind of on the fence about buying or renting, I should say, renting the golf cart because it's just, now almost $100 or $80, but I think it's well worth it. And I love that type of small town, small port kind of feel. Hello, good morning, Luciano. What's up, gorgeous people? He says, well, what's up, gorgeous? Right back at you. Bimini was a dump back in the 90s. It really was. It really was. And honestly, Eddie, when I first went in 2023, it wasn't too far from a dump, but I saw potential. I got off and I said, this is a dump. But I'm telling you, if somebody's smart about this and builds this port up, boy, are people going to want to come back here. And I already want to come back. So never been. I've been waiting for it to be built up. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense because that was all the reports that were coming back in 2023. Oh, it was nice. We rented a golf cart, blah, blah, blah. But there was nothing to do. I'm one that's okay with really nothing to do and just looking out at the scenery, but I know that there's a lot of families. I know that there was only one world resort there where you can go and get their day pass and use their pool and stuff like that. So there was really either renting the golf cart or going to a one world resort hotel. And that was it. That was it. So I totally get that. I totally get that. So I would definitely wait for it to be built up. But now it's already built up. They're building it up. Luciano says Scott's Secret Ocean Bimini Bar. No, it was I forget the bar's name, but it was a nice little local bar that we embarked on. We sat there, we had 3 or 4 beers, and it was amazing, watching all the boats kind of go by. Not the cruise ships, but watching all the smaller boats actually go by that were owned by the locals and things like that, fishermen boats. And I just love that type of stuff. Old Soul, I've already told you guys. All right, let's go on to our last topic here. Because this is something that it's kind of interesting to me, and I guess it puts another home port closer to me living here in Arizona that I'm landlocked. I moved from Long Island, New York, which has all water, all surrounded by it, obviously Long Island. And now I'm here in Arizona, which is completely landlocked with no oceans that are within 4.5 hours away from me, which is San Diego. So yeah, crazy, crazy. However, this makes me really excited because the Port of LA, okay, has been in talks about proposing and building or using the already existing terminals that are there. Okay, so this really excites me because LA is not too far of a plane ride, not too far. Well, it's a pretty far car ride, but it's not too far of a plane ride for me to hop on and get to LA. Okay, LA is right there. Okay, so they are in talks and in set to propose by 3 p.m. Tuesday, November 12th, to get this bill passed for LA. Okay, because they have seen an increased demand for cruises going out of the LA waterfront. And now, over the last several years, there's been more and more demand for cruises going out of LA. Now, we already have Long Beach. We already have, where did I just go out? San Francisco. We already have San Diego, right? So to add LA, I think that this would be really good for West Coasters like myself, and also some people who live in California and can actually just go right out of that port, especially people that live in LA. I think that this would do a tremendous service for the cruise industry to add another actually they're talking about adding 2 ports to LA. Because let's talk about LA for a second. This was already an existing port site. It already has some piers. So this site consists of 13 acres of backland. So that's a lot of acres of land to do stuff with, as far as ports go, as far as piers go, as far as all of that. Okay, 13 acres. That's a lot. That's a lot. With 2 existing wharfs. So that means there's already 2 existing bays that they can just add to and build to and make them terminals. 20 acres of parking. So now you already have your parking. Now you just charge for it. Okay, now you have your parking lots. And on top of it, they have a bag handling service area. So where you check your bags or you come and look for your bags afterwards or before, they have a whole area already for that. Okay, so this is kind of like the meat and potatoes, and all they have to do is they have to come in and they have to renovate a little bit and they have to make it in working order. And now we have 2 working cruise terminals out of the port of LA. Okay, so this is something that we're going to start to hear about more and more at the end of the year, because again, there are going to be more meetings here in LA about this leading up to it. But the deadline for LA to put this bill in for proposal is 3 p.m. November 12th of this year. So again, we should hear about this December, November. Again, I'll update you with more information on more podcasts as the information continues to come out. But again, this was really exciting for me because LA is a hop, a skip, and a jump. So this makes it really easy and makes it another kind of home port for me to get on another cruise really, really quickly. Whether they do 3-day itineraries, 4-day, longer, doesn't, for me, doesn't really matter, because now it's only a 45-minute plane ride, and LA gives me another outlet to go on another cruise. Now, on top of that, kind of spinning, but staying in the same realm, I don't have as much information, but I do know that Tampa, on the other side of the coast, Tampa, where I was just at, Tampa, Florida, is actually putting in a proposal or a bill to actually add another pier onto their, I think they have 3 or 4 already piers there, and they're already trying to add on another one because there are so many people who want to cruise from Tampa, and there are already so many cruise companies that want to get their ass into Tampa port, because they know how hot of a cruise port it was. It was a fun time. Don't get me wrong. I love Tampa. I am going back in October, I believe, for the Carnival Paradise that goes out of Tampa. So there are a lot of ships that want to go to Tampa, and for a good reason, because it's a really great port. So Tampa may or may not be opening another port. They're trying really, 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 really hard. And again, as more information comes out about that, I will also let you guys know too. All right, so let me wrap this up and let me get to the bottom of the chat here. And this is so guys, this is why I do this here. This makes my heart happy. This makes me smile. Luciano is one of my friends. real-time family and friends. We always say that. Tuber Chat always says your real life family and friends. Luciano is somebody that is near and dear to my heart. I've known him for many, many years now, and we have talked about cruising back and forth. He probably teased me years ago about how much of a cruisy I am and how he would never, ever, 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 ever get on a cruise. And here he is. He said, next cruise, just tell me how much and I'm going. He has obviously seen my vlogs. He has now come and support me. And I'm sure that I have definitely scratched that cruising curiosity itch for you. So I cannot wait to put that on the channel. I can't wait to share that experience with you, Luciano, when I get you on your technically first cruise. He's been on one before, but it was way back when. So yes, I can't wait. I have a bunch of cruises you can hop on, and we will definitely talk about that. Let's see here. Good morning, Destination Fun comes in. Hello, hello. Had a little princess story for you earlier. Let's see. Yes, you have inspired me, and that is exactly why we do this here. All of our content creators. He says, seeing how much you love it, I got to give it a try. Yes, that's right. We'll hop on a nice little 3 or 4 days so you can get your toes wet. I know exactly how to dip in first-time cruisers. It's one of my favorite things to do besides this podcast. So again, thank you everybody for being here. That wraps up this podcast edition, number 9. I'm going to take another sip out of my Carnival Cruise Addicts mug. This whole entire episode is sponsored by and supported by Carnival Cruise Addicts. So thank you everybody for showing up. It has been another wonderful Saturday, spending it here with you guys on the Controversy Cast. Very, very soon, you will see these on many platforms. We have Spotify, we have Apple Podcast, we have right here. I'm going to keep it as a live video, and also too as well, we have a brand new cruising community to get into. That's right. I have started a brand new cruising community. You will see it on my community post. You'll see it on my Instagram. You'll see it dripped all over. There's a free version, there's a paid version, but all I'm asking, get into that free version because we're doing something unreal in the cruising community. We have already probably 6 or 7 people in there, and they're interactive, they're talking, they're sharing cruising stories, and they are really bonding together. So this is going to be something special. This is going to be something that you've seen no other creator bring to the table, because I am, and I think I'm the best community leader that there is out there. So join it while you can. I'll drop it here in the comments. I'll drop it in the descriptions. I'll drop it all over the place. But again, thank you everybody for being here. I can't think of a better way to spend my Saturday. Love you guys, and I am out of here. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Well, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it. We had a ball making it. Thank you very much.